Hello there, Realtors. I am here with Jesse Teehee. He's a member out of Oakmar, and he is the speaker representative of the President's Advisory Group that earlier this year had a proposal for changing the structure of the Oklahoma Association of Realtors bylaws to change the size of the board of directors. So Jesse has done a few videos and has been talking. He helped guide those bylaws changes through the board of directors, and now they are being presented to the entire set of membership, which you can vote on at the upcoming annual membership meeting, which will take place October 5th. It will be virtual. It's in coordination with our annual conference. It's taking place at 1 p.m. on October 5th, and you can go to okrealtors.com/bylaws to learn more about what we're going to talk about here and to find a link to register for that event. It is the right of every member to vote at the bylaws, to vote on these bylaws changes, to vote at the annual membership meeting, to vote for elected officers and officials for the state organization. And so you can do that by attending the meeting, but register beforehand since it will be virtual and we have a lot of logistics to get through between now and then. Once you register, you'll get a link for the Zoom meeting that will happen, as well as credentials and the process for how a safe, secure, and easy voting platform will take place on that day. So without further ado, let me introduce again Jesse Teehee. Jesse, tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Well, I am a Realtor member. I've been in the business for 18 years. I'm a associate with Metro Brokers of Oklahoma. I'm a member of the Oakmar Board of Directors, and I was asked to be a representative for the Presidential Advisory Group regarding the upcoming election.
Okay. And we'll continue to refer to that Presidential Advisory Group as PAG. That's the shorthand for it. All right, so this PAG, Jesse, was tasked with what, and what did you come up with?
Well, there were a number of items that we discussed. Primarily was reducing the number of board members. So that's kind of the big issue here. But we felt like it needed to be reduced down so that basically it was quality over quantity. We really wanted people who had the time allocated, who had the desire to serve, and to really impact our industry as a whole. So therefore, because of that, we felt there was a need to reduce those board members.
Thanks for the introduction, Jesse. Tell us more about what the PAG was set up to do and what are some of the things you discussed?
Well, the PAG was set up to make changes to the board of directors. The key thing we were looking for is how it was going to affect the fiduciary responsibilities of those board members. Meaning, well, it came from the fact that a lot of board members didn't show up or wouldn't show up or didn't come prepared, which really put the board of directors at a risk. Not knowing what the topics were and how to address those really became a problem. That was part of reducing the board of directors down from its current number down to the proposed number that we currently are addressing.
Okay, and so the proposal, we currently have 132 to 134-ish directors this year, and then again for next year. If this proposal passes the annual membership meeting on October 5th, again, then that will reduce it down to 80-something members. I believe 84 is the number proposed.
I believe that's correct, yes. And some of the bigger boards, they'll be slightly impacted. The percentages across the board will be about the same. All boards will have at least 2 members to represent, so it's going to be equitable across the board for everybody.
Thank you for that, Jesse. What are some of those proposals you're looking at in here? I know there's a lot of kind of small things. Everybody can read more about them. Again, okrealtors.com/bylaws, BYLAWS. But there's one kind of more big twist here that reduces the number pretty substantially.
Yeah, and it's a real key one, and it has to do with past presidents. So as it is now, past presidents are an automatic in for the board and have a voting right. But we felt like many past presidents would phase out of the industry. And maybe not keep up to date with things that are going on. So what we've decided to do is have 2 past presidents as voting members, and they would come from all the past presidents being elected as elected members. So we want to recognize those past presidents for their time and appreciate them. So we'll we'll have those meetings annually, and they will then be able to select the 2 best members as voting members for OAR.
Okay. And I will say that past President's Council, the idea, if implemented, will be that they will meet around the annual membership meeting and selecting and annual conference, selecting their members for next year, which also allows us the opportunity to celebrate past presidents of OAR, state presidents, every year annually at our banquet, at our conference, and things like that. So I think a little appreciation for those past presidents would go a long ways too, for their diligence and hard work they put in for a number of years. All right, well, Jesse, that's all we've really got here. I do want to remind you, again, okrealtors.com/bylaws. Learn more about these proposals individually. Also, you can register for the annual membership meeting, which takes place October 5th at 1 p.m. It's important you register for that meeting because it will be done virtually, and that's how we will send you your voting credentials. All OAR members are allowed to vote and have the right to do so and exercise their voice here. Jesse, any parting shots or last words for us?
Well, I would just like to encourage all of my fellow realtors to register as soon as possible. Cast your vote, let your voice be heard, because that's how this process works.
It's a great word. Thanks for being with us.